Far to the north, where the forests stretch beyond sight and mountains rise like sleeping giants, there lies a land so vast, so wild, and so silent, it feels more like a dream than a place. This is Canada. A kingdom of rivers and stone, stitched together by wilderness and sky. Where moose wade through misty lakes at dawn, and eagles carve slow circles into endless blue heavens. In the east, the forests ignite with the colors of autumn, oceans of maple and birch burning in crimson, gold, and fire. In the west, the Rocky Mountains split the horizon, their white crowns gleaming under an endless northern sky. And farther north still, the earth quiets into tundra, a vast, open world brushed with lichen and moss, where polar bears roam the shifting ice and herds of caribou thunder across frozen plains. Beneath these silent forests and frozen lakes, the earth guards treasures beyond imagination. Veins of gold and nickel coil through ancient stone. Oceans of oil sleep beneath prairie grass and frozen sea. Fields of potash, uranium, and copper stretch unseen below the soil, a wealth written in stone long before the first footsteps crossed this land. Even the waters are riches. Canada cradles nearly 1/5 of all the fresh water on Earth, locked in glacial lakes, roaring rivers, and deep underground reservoirs. A gift more precious than any gem, more vital than any gold. In a world growing hotter, drier, and hungrier for land and water, Canada's silent abundance is a prize beyond calculation. It is no wonder that powerful nations have gazed northward, wondering, quietly, carefully, what it would mean to claim such a land. A place of endless forests. Of untouched Arctic frontiers. Of oil, gas, minerals, timber, and water. A place of new possibilities. And among all the nations who have looked north, none have gazed longer or closer than the United States. Bound by history, commerce, and shared horizons, America has often seen Canada not as a stranger, but as a brother of stone and sky. A land that, if dreams were enough, might complete the vision of a nation stretching from sea to shining sea. And beyond. The idea was never shouted from podiums, never written in treaties. But it whispered through history, if America could ever hold Canada, it would command half the Arctic. It would control future sea routes carved by melting ice. It would gain boundless energy reserves and fresh water enough to feed generations. It would own a kingdom of silence and stone, a future written in rivers, forests, and fire. Owning Canada would mean shaping the destiny of a continent. But dreams and reality walk different roads. Because Canada is not a prize waiting for a buyer. It is not a silent wilderness waiting for a flag. It is a land with a soul, fierce, patient, and enduring. Its people are stitched into the land itself, from the First Nations who knew these rivers and forests before the first map was ever drawn, to the settlers who carved towns from wilderness, to the millions today who call this vast, wild kingdom home. Canada's spirit is not for sale. It cannot be bought, bargained, or conquered. It lives in the breath of snow falling through endless woods. It sings in the lonely call of wolves under the winter stars. It breathes in the untouched spaces where the earth speaks louder than any human voice. It is a land that teaches patience. That strength is found not in conquest, but in endurance. That the greatest riches are written not in ledgers, but in the quiet stubborn beauty of forests, rivers, mountains, and sky. Today, Canada stands steady at the top of the world, a wild, living crown forged by time, patience, and stone. A place that others may admire. May envy. May even dream of owning. But some treasures are too vast for borders. Too wild for flags. Too precious to ever truly be claimed. Canada, the wild crown of the earth, endures. Silent. Vast. Free. Waiting for the future, patient as mountains, sure as rivers, strong as the northern sky. Thank you for listening and remember to subscribe for similar content like these. Talk soon.